Hello everybody, welcome back. A very brief video on XRP. So XRP is in this, well, you call it a symmetrical triangle or a wedge or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's a very obvious structure which is formed, which leads me to believe that we could break out of it. And if we did break out, we'd be reaching up into the $2 area, quite high actually, maybe more. There's two ways to gauge where we're going to go. But before we talk about what the price would be, I just wanted to make you aware that when we see things like this, they're so simple. They're such an oversimplified, yet can a lot of the time be very reliable way of trading, that we all know that the market can be manipulated, and there is, and I've seen it many times, that when we break out, especially if we break out closer to the apex, it's a fake out and we get dumped into. Call that manipulation, call it perhaps maybe a weakness of the trend, but it's just something to be aware of. However, we have already broken out of here with the candle wick. And the wick was instantly sold off and probably even shorted and crashed all the way back down to the green 50 exponential. So this is why if we did close break out of here, we have to, I would really have to say that we'd want to see a candle body close outside of here on the daily for me to consider taking a position on it. Just poking our head out the top isn't enough. We did that once here, twice here, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then ended up outside of the bottom zone here. So again, sometimes we look at these things, they're oversimplified. We can think about them, and it's a very easy thing for people to do, and there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's definitely a good way to trade, but be aware that the more people that do something like this, there are bigger players that will take advantage of that, and that may have already happened, which lends me to trying this opportunity again. But it would have to break out and close above here. Now, there's two ways to gauge the potential price if this was to break out. One of them is to do a measure move from the mouth of this triangle. If we broke out today, it's a bit crooked there. Let's straighten that up. It's about $2.64. The other way we could look at doing it would be to measure the top of that wick to the bottom of that wick, and actually, if we think about that, look, I mean that's pretty much perfect. I mean, it is perfect. So there's two ways to gauge this, and both of them give us the same exact figure. So I'm not saying that XRP is going to move all the way up to $2.64, but there are two areas here for the Fib retracement with the extension plus the measure move from the mouth that both point to the same exact, almost pretty much to the penny, or the cent, sorry, to the cent, that $2.60 is the target. Now, just because it's a target doesn't mean it'll have to be hit, but all eyes on XRP. We want to see a candle body close. And we want to see that on the daily, and then there's a realistic possibility that we do move up to $2.60. Bear in mind this XRP, we all know what it does. It's when it gets volatile, it gets deadly. So just be prepared to get wrecked on it. This is just one interpretation of what's going on the short-term time frames, which for me, XRP is quite hard to do short-term analysis on. It's always been for me the long-term, which has been very clear and has worked out very well. But short-term time frames, this is about as good as it gets for me anyway. We don't want to overcomplicate things. A simplistic view is this, and this is how we're going to choose to view it. And if there is a trade to be made, for me personally, that's how I would do it. I'd wait for confirmation of a candle body close on the daily outside of that top end of the resistance, this zone here. And if we get that, I will be giving it my best shot. Anyway, I will leave it with you there. Just a nice short quick video. If you want to join my Patreon, we do live streams twice a week, link in the description below, and I've got a number of different exchanges below which all offer trading fee discounts for life, so take advantage of those. You can set up a new account if you want to. No big deal with that. You only need to know your customer, the KYC business. You only need to do that if you're buying and selling with fiat currency. You can have multiple accounts. I know I do. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.